I'm not muted. What are you talking about muted? I'm not muted. I'm not muted. I was never muted. I didn't have the mic on. My SOP, my standard operating procedure, I come out to the garage, I turn the camera on, I turn the lav on, I turn that camera on. But today, because we're streaming over in the other area, I had to set that up. And I guess it took me too long to plug in turn on my lav, because this receiver stays in the box. And then the receiver is plugged into the camera and it's got USB power. So it's always powered. And the transmitters, I leave in a little box for charging. So they're in different boxes. So I turn that on over there. I get all my stuff ready, and then I come over here and I put my lav on, turn that on, and then I start the stream. And it might have taken a little too long, and that didn't turn on, or that turned off because it didn't. It turns off after a while if there's no connection. So anyways, we got the other side set up. In scuffness we trust. And yeah, we're gonna be working on the big guy today, because today we're doing some gantry stuff. I think we're doing gantry shenanigans. But before we do that, behold, the printer, it prints printingly. I'm still working out some issues. For some reason, it likes to like drift when it comes to doing the different layers. Every print I've done a couple benches. I've been trying to figure out what's causing it. Essentially, it likes to like skip a layer from like the first to the second layer. There's always like this weird height difference. I don't know what's going on. I got to figure it out. But if you're wondering, I really need to buy a new light. I got to fix that light. Oh, overhead. There we go. This is the multicolor benchy off the ProForge. So obviously we got some tuning to do. A bunch of stuff. I don't even know if I have the belts properly tensioned and whatnot, but it's functional. So ready to start tuning it and get some hours on it. I was hoping to do a bit more. Z-binding, probably not Z-binding. Z-binding wouldn't make any sense if it would only do it on that one specific layer. I'm thinking it's gotta be on the software side of things. Or it's something with the Z offset between the tool heads. That could be another thing. Getting on a flight, well, you should pay for in-flight Wi-Fi and watch the stream while flying, because it's going to be that exciting. I guarantee it. I guarantee that today's stream will be very interesting. For some reason, I'm speaking with a Creole accent all of a sudden. Mike gifted 5 community memberships. Cheers and appreciated. Remember, best way to support the channel, the content I create, and the things I do is to become a channel member, a Patreon supporter, or if you're really cool, gifting memberships to others. That allows cool people to hang out when we do cool stuff on member streams, and you get videos early, which, if everything goes well, you should get a video tomorrow, by the way. Wednesday video. Because Sunday I was gonna have a video ready, and then I did family stuff all day, so. He's flying in a Cessna. Slap a Starlink on the roof, man. Cessna don't go that fast. Slap a Starlink on the roof. You're good to go. This is the ProForge. This is the ProForge, but I'm getting it off the table because we have to build a giant gantry. Yeah. So let's see there. Oh, also, I need to ask you all a favor. I know it's not normal channel contract, but if the Kirsch Bridge gets blown to smithereens during the stream, I know it already got attacked once, but if they happen to go kablooey during the stream, let me know. I'm very interested in that. So, and if you don't know what that is, world events. Okay, so this is kind of the problem with this machine. There's no way to pick it up easily because it has this like panel on this side, and you can't like, I mean, I guess you can kind of put your hand under here. There's like no really easy, like, because you got the belts here, and it's like, okay. Although I will say, oh shoot. Oh, it's still plugged in, shoot. 1 second, let me unplug it. I will say, all things considering, it's light. As far as a tool changer goes, the ProForge is actually pretty light. So, there we go. Need to print some handles. Well, it's gonna have a top hat. It's gonna have a top hat. So I'm not super concerned with handles right now because it will have a top hat. See there. Okay, so what are we doing today? What are we doing today? Well, today, where's my downloads? Downloads, Carvera, enclosure. Where is the manual for this? I have the manual for this. Where's the manual for this? Downloads, where's the manual? There we go, Venture Excel, there we go. So where were we at on this build? We are at this part here. So we have, we ran our wires. So now we are on Z-axis stuff. So Z-rail installation. So today's stream, we're gonna be flip-flopping, okay? We're gonna be flip-flopping, okay? Because we're gonna be moving between this build area and the adjacent build area over here. Hopefully the camera's working over there and it's not frozen. I should probably check that. Am I live? Can you see me? Can you see me? Oh no, it's not working. Shoot. Not live. 1 second. Dang it. Don't be doing this to me. Don't be doing this to me. Don't you be doing this to me. Are you live now? Yeah, okay, we're live. Sweet. There we go. There we go. Let me, because you know, the optimal way to run a live stream is with maximum scuffness. So because that area is a good, you know, 20 feet from my computer, I have a 20-foot USB cable. This is where CAN bus, for those wondering the downsides of USB, USB at 20 feet is flaky. I believe Linus Media Group, LTT, did a whole video on USB extensions and whatnot. But TLDR, it's flaky. So if you're building a big printer and you want tool headboards, go CAN bus. But within 6 feet, you're fine, usually for USB. So there's Site B. For some reason, I have an AMS over there. Oh yeah, that's why. So yeah, so we're gonna move on to building stuff. So let me get the big box of parts out of here. Of course, I put it on the ground for now. Woo. Behold, a box of parts. And more parts, sweet. So what do we need here? So we have install a Z-axis guide rails on the column, flush. Oh shoot, I forgot about the rails. Okay, so I guess we're putting the rails on. I was gonna print something to guide these in place, and then I completely forgot because the stream schedule's moved. So these are attached with M3 T-nuts, M3/8s, and that M312 stop piece. Where's that M312 stop? Is this it? No. So these are those. What does this piece look like? What is this piece? Oh, it's a printed part. It's a printed part. That means it should be in one of these bags. It's this guy right here. Oh, this kit came with all the printed parts you need. So these are the printed parts for that. I believe, yep. Okay, so let's go over there and start installing rails, I guess. Let me grab my grease. Let me grab some rags. And I would say gloves, but I forgot to grab gloves. So I'm gonna run inside and grab some gloves. So meet me on the other side. Meet me on the other side. Meet me on the other side while I go inside and grab some gloves. puppy. How you doing, buddy? There we go. There we go. Okay. Other side. Hopefully we're live. I'm realizing I don't actually have to check to make sure we are live when I'm over here. Simply for the fact that this USB camera has a light on it that turns on when it's live. So, get my laptop on over here. Can you see me? Hopefully you can see me because I can't see you right now. So hopefully I'm live. If I'm not live, and I'm not on the right camera, it is what it is. Go. Turn on the laptop. No, I hate pop-ups. Pop-ups are so annoying. Great, go live. Let me pull up chat. Let me pull up chat first so I can see all your beautiful faces. There are updates available. I know there's updates available. There we go. Live chat. There we go. Tally light. This isn't a tally light. It's actually like a light for illuminating on this camera. Can't see my upper torso. Oh, I'm right here. Okay. And then the downloads. And where did I put the manual? I have it on this. Where is it? There we go, manual. There we go. Okay. Z-axis rail installation. There we go. There we go. What size workshop or shed would you love to get if the space... So here's the thing. If space wasn't an issue, as big as my garage is right now, maybe this plus a half would be perfectly large enough for everything I want to do, all my printers and everything. The problem is this is my garage, so I have to use it for garage stuff right now. So for example, my lawnmower is back here. My bike is right there. Like, I have gas cans and fertilizer and whatnot. This is my garage. So it's kind of annoying how having to use it in this kind of way. So the layout isn't optimal. If I knew I was going to be taking over the entire garage, I would have done something slightly different, but nothing like game-breaking changing. I think these are all the same rail. I'm pretty sure all the MGN9s are the same. Yeah, I'm pretty sure all the MGN9s are the same. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so all the MGN9s are the same. And then we have an MGN12 for the X-axis. So let's get this out. Time to build for a shed. I am going to be putting a shed up in the backyard this summer so I can move a bunch of stuff out and make some more room. A 20 by 25 or 20 by 30 backyard shed. The problem with that is where I live in the burbs. So my backyard, it would pretty much take up a good chunk of my backyard. I would have to run heating. I would have to run power to it. I would need to have heating and cooling. It would have to be fully insulated. It would require a foundation. It would require more money than I have to build something on my property. And it would also take up my entire backyard. I mean, I have a decently sized backyard, but you know, putting a 20 by 30 foot shed, for one, building code means it can't be within a meter of any fences. So you take your backyard, you make it, you know, a meter around smaller. There is a drainage system in my backyard that I'd have to probably move. It wouldn't be as easy as you think it would be to do that. I would love to, because believe me, I've been trying to find... Oh wait, these are different lengths. There are different length ones. Okay, these are different lengths. Okay, one second here. I'm assuming the long ones then. This guy. So it has attached 20. I mean, this garage is 15 by 30. So this garage is 15 by 30. Wait. How are the lengths on these? Install the Z-axis rails. Note the guides. Okay, so it's the short rails are the Z rails. The short rails are the Z rails. But yeah, this is a 15 by 30 foot garage, but it's also, you know, my garage. So like, there's my beer fridge and my bunker freezer are also out here. Oh yeah, dude, if money's no object, then yeah, I would love to have, you know, 1,000 square feet and a bunch of other stuff. But unfortunately, we have to live under the rule, the fact that money is an object. So yeah. Oh no, I lost one of my little thingies. I don't want to lose these yet. I need these because I don't really want to lose these rails. So we're going to grease them up and get them installed. Unfortunately, we do live in a society. Taxes and mortgages are a thing. And speaking with other creators, the whole smaller tech builder, maker, YouTube community has seen a pretty big decrease in viewers and revenue over the past like year. So yeah. Rails seem pretty good. Like they're moving pretty smooth. They're pretty oiled up in the bags. Not a lot of grit, or barely no grit basically. So I'm just gonna go ahead, grease them up, and yeah. Big working spaces because of money. Yeah, I mean, you've seen Ivan Miranda's type of setup, right? Where it's basically just like a rectangular garage. That's basically what I would like. Something like that. Something with enough floor space that I could put my streaming setup on like a cart and move it around. So I don't always have to have the same, you know, setup. So I can like move it around between different machines while we're working on different stuff. So basically have it on like a mobile streaming setup. That would be fun. I don't know how economical that would be in the long run. But the problem is like, I don't even have room to have a mobile setup in here. I'm basically using up all the floor space. All this extra grease. So when it comes to greasing these, usually what I do is I got the mini grease gun here. And what I do is I'll line up the carriage with one hole, do one squirt of grease, move it over 2 holes, so skip a hole, line it up with the 3rd hole, and then do it again. And then that way it seems to get pretty much all the ball bearings evenly greased up, and then you just move it back and forth a bunch. And again, you wipe off the excess. Don't like turbo clean your rails, especially if they come nice and oiled from the factory. That's rust preventative oil. It's so your shit don't rust. So don't like clean these with simple green and ISO and basically have them bone dry. You can if you need to. If they're really gritty, don't be afraid to clean them. Just make sure you like hit them with some WD-40 or degreaser or a light grease or something afterwards. Because the last thing you want is your rails to rust, right? Especially if you're like, your printer's gonna live in a garage where it can get humid. Yeah, stream is complicated. You save a lot of stuff to test and build, and there's not enough room to store it. Yeah, it is what it is. A huge office in my makerspace, so keeping that all nice. Current political. Oh no, it's a straight up. It's an actual thing. Like even Twitch and whatnot has noticed a pretty large decrease in people, like just straight up. You know, when the economy is in the shitter and you're living in uncertain times, the odds of you, you know, throwing down 20 gifted subs is very slim. Like it's money people don't have sometimes. So yeah. Okay, so we need M3 nuts and M3 eighths. So get my giant bag of M3 nuts. That is a lot of nuts. And our M3 eighths. And let me go get my electric driver for this, because we live in a society. So come over here. Where is my electric driver? Ah, here it is. There we go. And while I'm over here, I'm gonna have a delicious drink of my gamer subs. A medium-sized printer build. Insulated shed. I wish I had a 20-foot by 30-foot shed on my property, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Okay, so this is the front. So let's see here. I'm assuming we're looking at it from the front, and the rails go on the inside inner, it looks like. Inside inner. So, how much gap do we have at the bottom? It says right at the bottom, flush with the bottom surface of the profile and careful not to let. So I'm not gonna mount them flush. I'm gonna do a little trick. I'm gonna go get one of my little parallels. It's kind of a good rule of thumb not to mount your rail right directly flush to the bottom. Bad things can happen. You kind of want a little bit of wiggle room. So usually what I do is I grab like something like this, like a millimeter, like just something that's not a thin wrench, a scale, something, and you just kind of put that there and you let the rail sit on this. So it's not long enough that the rail will come off, but it's enough that it kind of keeps it up off the bottom extrusion a little bit. You want a little bit of a gap, I tend to find. So just enough that it doesn't sit flat. Wish I knew where all my good parallels went. Set it for my extra space, another 3,600 square feet. Dude, can you like ship me some square feet down here? Like, not much. I don't need a lot, but I can go for some square footage here. And then what do? Install the Z-axis rail. Every other one. Okay, so this is gonna be a bit annoying. 1 second here. Let me go grab a little piece of tape. I don't want this to fall on me while I leave it hanging up there because I don't want it to fall on me. Trying to find something here. Where is it? You'll do. There we go. Garage, $10 for the more spaces for your stuff fund. Dude, I wish it was that simple. I wish it was that simple. Oop, no, don't fall on me. So what I'm doing is I'm just putting a piece of tape here to hold this, to keep it from falling down. But what I like to do is, because you have to put all these stupid M3 T-nuts in here, the trick is you put the rail next to it and you use that to kind of eyeball where these all go, so you don't have to sit there forever trying to line everything up. I'll tape off a 10 by 10 box and label it for you. Okay, so let's go. So this part's gonna be a little boring. So actually, here, let me go get my tablet so that way I can see chat while I'm doing this, because this is gonna be pretty boring for the next like 15 minutes while I install these rails. So let me grab my tablet. I'm stealing it from the Makara. There. Jeez, this thing is slow. YouTube. You ever want torture? Try using a tablet from 2017. I don't want playlists. Oh, apparently I'm public. Okay. I'm live right now. Ah, I'm getting an ad. I mean, technically I should watch this ad, right? Because if I watch the ad on my own channel, I get paid, right? There we go. Okay, I have chat. Now I can see you, chat. Hi, chat. There we go. So now I can see you all while I work. Aha. Yeah, this tablet is ancient. It's a 2017 Samsung Tab A. So it's not even like an Apple iPad. Like, it's not even like a good tablet. I think we bought this when my wife was pregnant. We bought it so she had something to like watch videos on while she was on the couch or something. I mean, it works. But I just reflashed it all and like restored it back to like factory default. And you know what? It does handle YouTube okay. And it'll run the Makara creator app or controller app. So we got that going for us, which is nice. Yeah, it's a Tab A. I mean, I think it was like a $99 Walmart purchase or Costco purchase. It was, hey hon, here's something so when you're, you know, stuck on the couch, you can watch videos and whatnot. Tool changer when? We built a tool changer already. Watch Saturday's stream. We built a tool changer already. Gonna have to move it downstairs in a minute. So I have room out here. This machine is gonna get heavy quick. I can already tell. Okay, so now M38 socket heads, M38 socket heads. Cool. Tool changer Venture XL. This machine, I think I'm not saying this is gonna get some people angry, but I need a little container for this. 1 second. Let me find a little container for these screws. I think this would be not a good machine to make a tool changer out of. I don't think this machine is a great tool changer candidate. Simply for the fact that a machine this big, if you are printing something, this is an index type machine. There's a reason the Phoenix is index and not a tool changer and not a single tool head. It's because you're gonna be printing big things with a machine like this. And let's be honest, a 0.4 nozzle on a machine like this is kind of dumb. So you're gonna probably want just a big fat high flow single nozzle setup on a machine like this. Let's be honest. Like that's kind of the setup you want on a machine like this. It's just a big fat high flow. And you call it a day. Music's putting you to sleep. Why are you tired? Why are you tired? 0.6. The plan on this is a 0.8. The plan on this is a 0.8. I'm gonna put a 0.8. So basically, I figure if a 0.4 is good for a standard Voron. Oop. Really? This is another reason why you don't want to have it sitting flat on the bottom. So now you have some wiggle room for adjustment. There we go. Screw up. But yeah, I figure, you know, if a 0.4 nozzle is good on a 300 millimeter machine, on a 600 millimeter machine, a 0.8 would be good. I just take my profiles and double everything, and we're good. At least that's the hope. Quit falling off. There we go. A giant Minas Tirith. Oh, I've got a couple big print ideas for this machine. Don't worry. You know, I need to get like a little. I need to get like a little pin to adjust these T-nuts. Thought I lined them up better than I did. I guess I did not. Where is my carbide pick? Carbide pick, where are you? I know you're in here somewhere. I know you're in here somewhere. It might not be in here. How do I lose? Seriously, how do I lose that? How do I lose my little carbide pick? How did I lose my pokey pick? My pokey pick. Where'd my pokey pick go? I mean, you'll work. Actually, one second here. I need something to like shimmy the I mean, a set of tweezers will work too. That'll work. Something to line up the T-nuts. There we go. You can print cosplay. Yep. Oh, this is so much fun. When it's time to move the printer, will we see Miss Canuck? Maybe. Probably not, though. Okay, so the problem is there's no guide for this. I really wish there was a 3D printed guide, and I was gonna print one, but then I forgot. So, I mean, it looks pretty even. it's hard to measure it. Like, and I guess I can do that. Could print one. Well, I'd have to CAD one up. I mean, I'm not super worried. This is I'm not super worried. There's I just, you know, 200 thou, call it a day. It doesn't have to be perfect. There is enough, if I'm out like a little bit, there's enough slop in the system for it to not be an issue. And I can easily come through and double check it later. They have it on GitHub? If someone can link it on the Discord, I will run over and start one printing. But honestly, I don't think I need it. Because each screw kind of wants it to self-center. And with, you know, this many screws, it kind of auto self-centers. So I'm not actually too concerned. Yeah. Okay, next rail. Piece of tape, so this doesn't fall. Give it a 0.2 nozzle. This machine with a 0.2 nozzle would be hilarious. Use one of those like 0.1 millimeters Japanese nozzles. Well, the tape is just so I can leave this here and it won't fall over while I line everything else up. Okay, that T-nut kind of sucks. You're going in the bin. You have no ball, sir. Got a neutered T-nut. It's got no ball. Oh, I'm gonna flip this one around. Anyone have a 5-tool Prusa XL other than Taylor? A lot of people do. You know what really sucks? This side of the garage is so hot compared to the other side right now. This side has the least amount of insulation, so it's the coldest side of the garage and it's the hottest. I was actually going to cut my grass this morning, and then I'm like, no, if I do that, I'm going to be standing next to a stinky lawnmower all stream. I gotta cut the grass after stream today. This is another ballless T-nut. Another one. These damn T-nuts got no balls. You're like, oh, I like the smell of fresh cut grass, but not the smell of wet, moldy, fresh cut grass, gasoline, and dog poop. Because you pick up after your dog, you always miss one, and then you run over it with the lawnmower. Yeah. For those wondering the difference, should I get an XL or should I get an Index, blah, blah, blah. Index is a kit, XL is an off-the-shelf machine. XL is available and has had, years to mature. Index won't be out till the end of this year. So, depends what you need. Can't go wrong with either, in my opinion. But you gotta see what you need. Remember, always buy the printer you need, not the printer you want. Slide this over here. Oh no, more spacer piece. Okay. So as always, get all your screws started. Whenever you're screwing in a multi-screwed in item, get your screws all started first, then go through and tighten them. And this table is very, yeah. LTX plus on GitHub, they also, some parts there you have to print that you missed kit. Well, they sent me some extra parts. They sent me parts that were missed already. I got like a care package a week or two ago of stuff we missed in the kit, screws and some printed parts and whatnot, so I'm assuming that's in there. So support. I mean, to be fair, we got the whatchamacallit set up pretty quickly. The ProForge. Like we went through and got that thing set up in one stream, pretty much. So. There we go. My bit. Also, I went out and bought, I got to reseal my garage. I got to redo all the weather stripping on it. Wow, left hand is useless for this. Because the Saturday night stream, because I had the lights on in here, basically there's like a ton of tiny little air gaps around my garage door. And I went outside and looked, and with the lights on in here, they glow, and you could just see all the mosquitoes going for the light. In fact, I have like a pile of dead bugs there and there from them coming through the light. So I gotta reseal up my garage this week and redo all the weather stripping on it. What about a box turtle? Box turtle is going on here. We built a box turtle already. We just haven't put it on anything. And the reason we haven't put it on anything is because it's gonna go on this guy. So we're gonna get this built, get it testing, make sure it works, and then we're gonna swap out the tool head for one with a cutter, a high flow hot end, and a box turtle. So. Okay, so here's the fun part. I gotta do the other side. Should I just stand on that side and you guys stare at my back, or should I try and spin this whole thing and risk dropping it? How many indexes? Well, yes, probably 20. I mean, 9 fit on a 350 and this is a 600. So close to 20 maybe. Well, we haven't put the box turtle on any printers because you actually have to do quite a bit of setup with the box turtle to get it functional on other printers. And we just haven't got around to that. Also, I can't remember where I put the box turtle. Where did I put the box turtle? I think I brought it downstairs. I think it's downstairs. Can it? Yep. Box turtle can go on any printer that runs Clipper or a compatible. I think you can do it on RepRap too. Box turtle can go on any printer as long as you have the ability to add macros and control another controller board and also a tool head with a filament cutter. So yeah, you could put it on any printer. So, okay, let's spin this around. I mean, if I do this, how's this angle? Are you guys okay with like me working like this? Can you see what I'm doing? Yeah, you can see what I'm doing. Okay, we're gonna do this side now. Let's do this side now. This works. Where did I put the spacer piece? There we go. So this will go here. And my little piece of tape. Fall. Gotta resume the stream. Where'd chat go? Live chat. There we go. There you go. Oh, this is so much fun. I was like, yeah, we're gonna build all the gantry on today's stream, and then it turns out, no, today we're just putting in rails. We'll get to the gantry. We'll get to the gantry. Is the music any different? No, it's, what is the music we have today? Today we have the, I think it's just the Stream Beats, or not Stream Beats. Is it Stream Beats today? Yeah, just the Stream Beats lo-fi mix. They might have added some new songs, but Yeah, just the Stream Beats lo-fi mix. I can sit inside it to do work. I can. We've already established I fit in a printer this big, so. Music has been AI'd. It's not AI. Although, you know what's absolutely hilarious? Look up a song called AI_2 on the YouTube royalty-free library. That's actually the channel theme music. I have a custom version of it that I paid a Fiverr artist to make. But the actual channel theme that you hear when I play like the outro or whatever, the intro or the outro when I do it, is a song, a modified version of a song called AI_2. That is AI_synthwave remix. Which is hilarious because I'll hear it be used, the original version be used in YouTube videos from time to time because it's part of YouTube's royalty-free package of music that you can use without having to worry about copyright. So. The SV08 Max, yeah, I saw it, seen it. I mean, here's the thing, the SV08 isn't a bad machine, it just kind of, in my opinion, it needed some more time in the oven. Like, it wasn't really quite done on release, it needed a polish. And from my understanding, some people like it now. It's out and people seem to be happy with it, for the most part. So I guess they kind of fixed the issues, concerns I had with it, rectified them. But now they have a bigger version. And the problem is, once you start hitting above about 400, you got to start worrying about a lot of stuff more than just, well, you just take the small printer and you make it bigger. You start running into like all kinds of fun stuff with thermodynamics, for example. Next time you see Max, Russian cat food, ask him about thermodynamics. I mean, watch tomorrow's video on the channel. Actually, tomorrow's Wednesday. Yeah, maybe I'll have it out tomorrow. Watch tomorrow's video on the Phoenix. And the fact that we have to put expansion joints in it now. Because fun fact, the gantry expands 2 millimeters. The Fysetc better than... So the problem I had with the last Fysetc build, the build itself was fine. I actually didn't really have any issues with the last Fysetc build. The problem with the last Fysetc printer I built was, for the most part, all the electronics kind of died. All the fans died. The belts that came with it were kind of poo-poo. These belts, I think, are proper belts, so shouldn't have that problem. Documentation was kind of hard to judge because simply the fact that it was, you know, I just use normal VORON docs for it. So far this build, the only kind of problems I'm running into is just kind of finding where stuff is packed in the packaging and docs. Where are some of these? Nope, there's no screw in there. 2 millimeter over 600. Yeah, fun fact, steel, when you design an injection mold, when we were building molds, the steel we use in molds expands about 3 thou per inch. So for every inch of steel, it grows about 3 thou at temperature. So if you have something that's 24 inches, that's 24 times 3 thou. Yeah, that's about, that's, you know. That's what, that's 60, yeah. It grows. 40 thou is about a millimeter, so yeah. So that's 24, 50, 70. Yeah, you are looking at about 2 millimeters of growth. That's 60 or 24 inches. Well, the Orange Storm has the fun advantage of it's not enclosed. The Orange Storm isn't enclosed. Enclosing the printer adds to the problem. And also the fact that it's a flying gantry. So the gantry is detached from the frame, so it doesn't grow linearly with the frame. That's another problem. Yeah, that's at operating temp. So the fun part with injection molding, you have to understand that plastic contracts and metal expands. So you have to take your part, and it's like, this is how big the part is supposed to be. And then the mold has to be bigger than that part, because the mold has to be designed so that it's actually undersized. So when it's under temperature, it expands. So it grows to the final temperature or the final size. And then you shoot the part, but then that final size also has to be sized properly so that after the part is shot, it will contract down to its desired size. So you have to like take into account growth and shrinkage to get your final desired result. Why aren't you sitting right? One of these is too tight. One of these is too tight. You. There we go. Neptune 4 Max. I mean, here's the thing. Is the printer doing what you need it to do? If the printer is doing what you need to do, then for the most part, you're good. Right? I mean... Wait, I need to do just the one. Up down here. There we go. May upgrade to linear rail. Linear rails are nice. I need to get some proper bits for this. I'm using a Torx bit on hex nuts, hex screws. I know you're not supposed to, but I'm doing it anyways. There is a bunch of birds. I don't think you can hear them. We have 2 bushes in the front of our house and a big tree. And there's like 3 robin nests in our front yard right now. Plus I think a dove nest somewhere nearby, because there's like always these 2 doves hanging out of my front yard. So I'm just hearing tweet, tweet, tweet the whole stream so far. Okay, last one. Still planning on coming to Earth? I don't know. Honestly, at this point, probably not. When is Murph anyways? When is Murph? I got a package on the way. Ooh, who's that from? When is Murph? Can someone tell me the dates for Murph? It's not this weekend, it's not next weekend. Is it the 21st? Or is it the 14th? Weekend of the 21st. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, I'll be going to Earthtopia. Don't worry, I'll be going to Earthtopia. That one I go to. The problem with Murph, it's kind of twofold. One, the location. Goshen, Indiana, no offense, sucks. There's really, they need a better venue for the event, in my opinion. I know Steve's going. And I know some of the Twitch 3D printing content creating crew is going. Oh, another ballless nut. Why am I plagued to have nuts with no balls today? Oh no, your ball just sucks. You got a gummy ball. And it's gonna be hard to make content there. I mean, I still have a couple videos from Rocky Mountain I gotta finish putting out. And a lot of the stuff is kind of the same. So there's nothing really major there to do content on. The Wi-Fi there is horrible, so streaming is kind of not really a thing. Last year I went just to hang out. Tons of bad T-nuts. I mean, I have a ton of T-nuts, so I'm not too concerned if I get a couple bad ones. Like, to be fair, they're just using like the cheap generic T-nuts. Cow tipping. I wouldn't want to offend the Amish by tipping over their cows. Scanned. I mean, if you got a scanner, I might go. Put it this way, if I do go, it'll be like wake up Saturday morning, drive there, spend the day, maybe a night in a hotel and drive home kind of thing. Just make like a day trip out of it. Get up early and go kind of thing. We'll see, we'll see. I'll be honest, so far this year, I've done actually a little more traveling than I wanted to. Well, here's the thing, I'm okay with traveling, but I spend time away from the family. So, we'll see, we'll see. See what's going on. If a company reaches out and wants to sponsor me to go, I'll go. So if you run some sort of 3D printing company and you want to sponsor my trip and make it worth it, I'll go. There, how's that? No, if I want to make a 4.5-hour drive in a day, oh, I've done that. I mean, just thinking, it's a 9-hour drive broken in two. I do a 9-hour drive to East Coast every year. Because it's like, I'd rather fly to East Coast, but then I can't bring anything. And I want to bring something this year, so. We went to a dog show yesterday. There's a Woofaroo or whatever it's called. It's like it's a pet show thing. We go because they have like police dogs there and, you know, little guy likes it and whatnot. And they also have a section where people just sell stuff. So people have like their little booths and they're selling. A lot of it was dog accessories. This weekend coming up is art in the park. Heck yeah. Love me some art in the park. But it is funny. I kind of want to do a video on it, although I have no idea how it would go over. Because every time I go to these events where people have little booths to sell stuff, you know, Scentsy and stuff like that. And then you have people with their like, you know, homemade shirts and cookies and whatnot. The Scentsy booths, the Tupperware booths, that kind of stuff. But you're seeing more and more booths of people just selling like 3D printed tat, like flexi dragons and keychains and stuff like that. And it's getting very noticeable, but also I'm noticing they're dropping their prices. I remember like 2 years ago, this was like right after Bamboo's. You could tell this is what the market Bamboo's aiming for. are these kind of like small scale, like Etsy store type things. Because I asked them what machine they use. They're like, oh, we use a Bamboo. It's like, yep, figured. But they used to be selling like Flexi Dragons for like $20, $25 a pop, and now they're like $10, $15 a pop. So I'm wondering if like the market on that is crashing out, just because like now every time I go to one of these like little, you know, trade show, art in the park, like, you know, garden type things, there's usually now 2 or 3 vendors at every one of these just selling 3D printed toys. And it's all the same stuff. So the maker at the same time, they killed it because everyone wants Bamboo. I mean, that's the thing. Like the big problem with 3D printing is, and I guarantee it, there are people in here in chat who here got their 3D printer, printed a ton when they first got it, right? You printed your Benchy, your Flexi Groot, your Flexi Dragons, your Baby Groot. You did a ton of printing, and then your printer just kind of started collecting dust, and you haven't printed for a while, or now you only print every now and then. I know it's happened to me. Like I got into 3D printing in late 2017, and I want to say around late 2019 into early 2020, I went through like a period where like I barely printed. You could see it on the channel. There was like a period where I just didn't upload for a while because it's like I just kind of got out of the hobby for a little bit, and then I got back in because I found, you know, some new fun stuff. But like I view it kind of like the Nintendo Switch, right? Or not the Switch. Everyone loves the Switch. The Wii U or the Wii. Everyone got a Nintendo Wii because like you went to buddy's house and your buddy had a Nintendo Wii and he was playing it and you're like, oh shit, this is cool. And you went out and bought a Nintendo Wii. And then you went home and you played it for a bit. And after a couple weeks, it just kind of started collecting dust and, you know, you just stopped playing it. The problem is people who are interested in 3D printing is a pretty limited market. 3D printers are CNC machines. Now, granted, they're very easy to use CNC machines that don't really require a ton of trained skill and knowledge to use, but they are CNC machines. And the future of everyone having a 3D printer in their house isn't coming anytime soon, let's be honest. So here's a manufacturing device. How often do you really need it after that initial period of that initial, you know, what's it called? The honeymoon period. The novelty, yeah, the novelty wears off. That's why you're seeing a big push right now, and Bamboo's not the only one doing it. They're not the first to do it, of things like this. Ready? Where did I put it? I know I have it up here somewhere. Aha! I'm not digging it out. I have an Alien 3D box, and now you have print kits, and Bamboo's doing their electronics kits, right? Where you can build like 3D printed like little RC cars and whatnot. And then they're also trying to force AI down everyone's throat. So, hey, you can design your own models very easily without needing to do anything, because we'll just let AI do all the work. It's because they need to now create a market to create the demand for the product. You can't have infinite growth in a finite system. You guys know I love that saying. So the problem that's going on is not everyone needs a 3D printer. You kind of have to make a demand for 3D printers now to justify continued growth. Because let's be honest, if you bought a Bambu Lab X1C on release date, they haven't come out with anything better than that since then. They got the H2D, but unless you need the size, it's not worth it, in my opinion. So how do you get people buying stuff? Well, for one, Bamboo makes most of their profit probably now off of filament sales and accessory sales and whatnot than actual hardware sales. But consoles are like that too. So how do you keep people buying stuff? Well, you need to now make a new market. You need to make a new demand. So. Print toys for their kids. You know what? As a parent who does print toys for their kid, M312. That, I'm not saying it gets old fast, but it gets old fast. M312, M316, M320, M312. Planned obsolescence. Yep. Okay, and how do these attach? Oh, this attaches right over it, I think. Yeah, so I gotta take that out. Yeah, the project kits, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying they're bad ideas. I'm not saying I'm against any of these projects, except for the AI stuff. Part of my français, but fuck the AI stuff. Every content creator I know, our inboxes have been getting flooded with AI companies trying to get us to promote AI model making and stuff like that. And they're offering bags. They're offering like cashy money to promote this stuff. So just so you're aware, if you see any content creators promoting AI model design, just be aware they got a bag to do it. But the thing I don't like about it is like, it's just the models that come out are just superficial cosmetic stuff, right? Oh, look at this random like car or plane or tank or whatever. But we don't know what those models were trained on. They've shown like AI has been caught, you know, harvesting data off of like cults and whatnot already. Like, you know, it was trained using shady dealings. So it's just, it's not something I want to promote. It's not something I want to promote or deal with. There we go. These are just to keep it from coming off the end, because that would be bad. Don't want to lose our screw. Okay, put that back in there. Oh. There we go. Okay, so that is that. So now we have our rails attached. Behold! Is there enough clearance? Ooh, that's really close, although we're not getting that low. Okay, let's go back over here and see what the next part is. Happy, happy, joy, joy. Being shoved down. Dude, I really wish, like, Printables has it now, you can disable searching for AI as part of one of the parameters. All the model sites are getting just flooded with AI. The gamification of model sites where you get rewards for people downloading your product or your designs is it's leading to like a black hole. It's like how Google search sucks now. Sites like MakerWorld and Thingiverse and Printables and all these other sites, they're getting flooded with just people just spamming shitty models. Like, but I really wish all sites had an option where you could click and it's like, do not show me anything AI generated. Just get that shit out of my face. I hate it. I hate it. Okay. So now we need these guys. Okay, so let's build this over here. So we need that part. Is this that? No, is this that? This is that. Okay, so we need these guys here. M36 button head cap screw, GE5C, and M38s. Okay, so we'll build that over here. So let me go get those GE5Cs. And M36s. Am I on the right screen? Hopefully I'm on. Hopefully, can you guys see me? Let me know in chat if you can see me. Can you see me? Yeah, you can. Oh, shoot, I clicked the wrong button. Dang it, I'm getting an Uber Eats ad. Now, ew, Valorant. Ew. Okay, give me chat. There's chat, okay. Okay, so what do I need? I need M36s, button head cap screws. M36 flathead, no. 312, M38, 330. Let's see, M36 button head cap screw. Oh, here we go. M35. Let's see, M36. Maybe they're in a different bag. I will look. Okay. I also need now GE 5Cs. These are, nope, these aren't them. And are the SPL the AI slop they were feeding me was wrong. Oh, dude, AI, I hate it. It's all these companies trying to force it on everyone. It's just go away. Just get this shit out of my face. Ain't no one who wants your crappy AI slop. We call it slop for a reason. It's slop. Go. Yes, we're going to build stuff on this side of the wall for now. There we go. Okay. So this just goes in there, and then it's 2 screws holding down. Okay. I paid for the 20 Claude. I mean, don't get me wrong. It has its purpose, but its purpose is like just like a tool. AI is a tool, right? You can use it for good, you can use it for bad, but don't use it for everything. And don't use it for things it's not good at. I feed it a written document that I've made and ask it to make a summary. Yeah, like, it's funny how that's like the most common use of AI is, I don't want to write this long email. Take these 5 bullet points and make a long email. And then you send the email and the person who gets the email is like, I ain't reading all this shit. Take this long email, convert it to bullet points. And doing all that uses more power than my computer. The thing I don't like about AI is the thing I really don't like about it, and this is the problem with like the algorithms and whatnot, it basically smooths everything out. You could tell when an article's written by AI. You could tell when a video is AI generated. Yes, it's looking better and it's reading a lot more like proper language, but you can still tell. And the problem is it's rounding off the edges of human communication. Everything is becoming samey. Because if everything's AI generated, then how does new stuff get, because AI is just trained on existing data. AI can't create anything new. It can only kit bash, essentially. So the problem is you're taking existing data and just morphing it. So it's not creating anything new. it's distilling everything to lowest common denominator, and it's like, I don't like that. As a person who creates content, I don't like that. Oh yeah, it uses a ton of power. What was it? Didn't Microsoft just buy like 3 Mile Island to use it to power a data center? Like, disclosure, I have my own AI bot. I run it in the basement. Its name's Alt. It's fun to bounce conversations off of while I'm working on stuff. But 2 minutes behind? I mean, if you're behind, you could just speed up the stream by watching at a faster speed. Click the gear. Yeah, my channel has now been graced with the AI voice, and somebody wrote this like several paragraph long rant about it, and I'm like, dude, it's an optional thing. If you don't like it, don't use it. Don't bitch at me. I can't do anything about it. Like, I don't care. I don't use it. Because what it does, all it's doing, it's just taking your normal auto translate and adding a voice to it. That's it. So it's only going to be good as auto translate was before. It just adds a voice to it for those that don't want to read, because nobody reads anymore. Does it suck? Kinda, sorta. Do I care? Not really. It's optional. If you don't want it, don't use it. It's not optional. I mean, you could turn it off. You could just select default audio. You don't have to select me en français. Je peux parler un petit peu de français, mais tu peux ne pas comprendre français, tu ne parles français. Mercy buckets. Okay, and these attach with M3/8s. Andy Miller, $20. Cheers and appreciate it. You know, thanks for the excellent content. I wouldn't call it excellent, but I do call it content. Cheers and appreciate it. Okay, like always, don't screw them all in. Just, drop the screw. Just get them all started and then screw them in. Where'd that screw go? Haha, I found you. Swap between English and French. See, the problem is my French isn't that good. I'm actually kind of tempted to try and relearn French. I'm actually kind of tempted to try and like regain my French skills. Like, I know Duolingo is kind of crappy, like using AI and whatnot. Fired a bunch of staff, so I don't really want to use Duolingo, but I am tempted to try something. So apparently I was watching one of the streamers I watch. Who was it? Oh crap, which one was it? Doug. I guess Doug, he streams on Twitch. He's going to Japan or whatever. He's learning like Japanese or something. And apparently he uses ChatGPT. He has like the $200 a month tier, whatever, subscription to ChatGPT, which means it can speak like a human in different languages. And he just has conversations with it in Japanese. And he just tells it like, I'm learning Japanese. We're going to speak in Japanese, but if I screw something up, just be like, help me. And so he just has conversations with it in Japanese, and it'll be like, oh no, it's you pronounce this wrong. The word is actually this word or whatever. And apparently it works pretty good. The problem is though, it doesn't know if it's wrong. It's an AI. AIs don't know when they're telling you wrong information. They're just telling you what they think you want to hear, right? So it's not like it can go, yeah, actually you said the right word here, but you said the wrong word here, or your pronunciation's off. It just kind of, it goes with the flow and you have no real control of it. So, yeah, I watched, that's where I saw about the Microsoft bind. I watched Kyle's video on it. That's a good channel, by the way. Go, if you're not subscribed to Kyle Hill, go subscribe to him. Good dude. I had a chance to chat with him at Open Sauce last year, and broke my brain with AI. Because he was just like, you know, we're on like a technology's dooming us all type of conversation. And it's like, think of something good with AI. Oh, it can be used to keep people, you know, elderly people entertained. And it's like, and then right away, an immediate, completely evil use case. And it's like, damn it. It's like for every good thing you can think, there's an equally evil utility in that way with AI. And you're like, oh, there's a lot of bad people who are liking AI right now. One more. Bearded Printer gifted a community membership. Cheers and appreciated. Oh, it's hallucinating. Yeah, AI hallucination is a big problem because people are taking in everything it says at face value. What was it? The U.S. Health Department or whatever's left of it, put out a thing, an article like, oh, this is what we got to do to make America healthy again. And it cited a bunch of made-up sources because the whole thing was like a good chunk of it apparently was written in AI, and it just cited sources that don't exist. And it's like, if this is what your government's doing, imagine what kids are doing in school. Is this being built every Tuesday? As of right now, this was the Saturday build. We shifted everything one stream over because last Friday, I wanted to get the Carvera Air set up. And because I need to do a video on this, so I had to get it set up, so I didn't want it to sit long. So I didn't want to wait till I finished one of the ongoing builds. So I just snuck it in and moved everything one stream over. So this Friday, we're going to be getting the Prusa Core 1 that we built printing for the first time. We're going to power it up for the first time. I accidentally dropped one of my Venture XL linear rails. Fysetc said they would ship me a new one. It cost $35 in shipping and $67 in tariffs. Dog, that sucks. Okay, so now we gotta put these together. So we're gonna need these standoff thingies. And we're gonna need a bunch of machine parts. Okay, so let's get this out. So, these. These. These, and these. And then we're gonna need our standoffs, which are over on the other side, and we're gonna need a whole bunch of screws. So let me go grab all the screws and everything and bring them over here. And then we will build this over on this side. Let me grab all this stuff over here. Okay. Okie dokie. Back over here. We're gonna need some stuff. M3s. Missed stuff. These guys. Okay. Cool. Supposed to be getting a call soon. What time is it? Yeah, 12:30. I'm waiting on a call. So in the next couple minutes, I may have to dip out for a couple minutes. So if that happens, I don't know. Don't burn the house down. Okay. So we need these guys here, which I got here, that and that. And then this is the part of the build I don't like. This whole, this is the aspect of the build I don't like. And, whoop, okay. I will be back in 1 minute, a couple minutes, 1 second. Ta-da! Wrong button. There we go. There we go. Are we back? We're back. There we go. Okay. I'm back. Okay. Sorry about that. It's like, can you call earlier? It's like, no, we're going to call at 12:30. And they call at 12:37 or whatever. Anyways, okay. This is why I want to have an AI chatbot for stream. When I have to like take a call or run out for a minute, keep the audience entertained. Okay, so this is gonna be annoying. Look at all this stack I gotta build. Okay, so let's start with the motors. Oh my God, these things are huge. So these are long shaft NEMA 17s, Fysetc branded, and they're 1.8, 1.8. And they get a GT2 20 tooth. GT2 20 tooth. Giggity. Giggity. We're just gonna kind of eyeball it on for now. Oh, there are no flats on these shafts. These shafts have no flat. Okay. Well, we'll just kind of eyeball it for now. That's kind of annoying. Yeah, these shafts don't have a flat on them. So, okay. Oh God, look at all that. Okay, so M512s, peanuts, stack. This is gonna be annoying. It's gonna be annoying to build. Okay, so let's start. Where's the top of this? Okay, let's do the M512s. The M512s. And M5T. So M512s. M5 T-nuts. So, which one is which? Okay, so this is that one. This is this one. Polymaker prints, I like those. Yeah, big rolls are awesome. More printers should come with more spools, bigger spools. Well, there's not a lot of meat on these bones. I got a new mill, make some flats. I could. Although I really don't think, if anything, you would want to use a grinder for this, putting flats on stuff, because that's hardened. The rods on here are hardened. Yeah, carbide will cut hardened steel, if you know what you're doing, but it's a pain in the butt. It's better to use a grinder. I mean, I could always just, I don't have my grinder anymore. Just use a grinder and just grind it flat. All right, so those are those. So these are going to slide on, so we'll deal with those later. This is M518 through that into more T-nuts. M518. I think we need these guys. Behold. Red. more red. I've been shipped some M338s and the new parts, sent them instead of the M340s and mount the motor. Okay, I will look. $518, 3 of these. Okay. So this one goes like that. These go through here, into this, and then T-nuts in the back. I gotta remember where I put that bag of new stuff they sent, though. I think it might be over on the other side, but I can't remember. I gotta look. That, and then this one is M3. I've already lost an M312, really. I don't know why it's having me put these in already, like they're all gonna fall off, but at least they know where they're at. Okay. So this, and then what is M316? M316, so you're all that. So this side will be M3s. Anyone printed parts or that join pipes for a fish tank? You're gonna have issues with water sealing. 3D printed stuff isn't guaranteed to be watertight. You'll probably want to try and use a nylon or PETG. But even then, you're probably gonna have to like seal it with something to ensure it's watertight. Because they're not by default usually. Okay, so that's that, okay. And now we gotta build the bottom. So we'll build the bottom first. So we got M340s. So these M340s here should be M338s, right? I believe. So let's find those M338s. Because apparently M340s are too long. So these are M340s. I think these are M338s. Let me go grab my scale. Oh, I didn't bring my scale over. Yeah, M338s, so these are them. So these call for M340s, but they're too long with the countersink and they'll be too long for the motor. So they shipped me some M338s instead. So 2, 3. And then number 6 for the standoffs. Okay, this isn't right. What's these ones? Wait. 6 is the short one. These are not short, these are long. Six are longs, and I only have 2 of them. I mean, they got to be long enough and they got to have a clearance through. So I've got this one, which there's 6 of them. So it's got to be these ones. It's got to be these ones. Okay. M38 flathead. Yeah, long one with no threading. Okay. And then we have this one here with a bearing stack. So that screws into here. Where's that screw into? Oh, it screws in here. Okay. Wow, this, I mean, really not liking these images. All right, 2 of these. The other, oh, here they are. Okay, so that there, that goes there, this goes there, and then I need washer. I mean, I have these washers, but I don't think these are the ones I need. These are way too big. I just need like a shim washer. And the question is, yeah, I'm just gonna grab them from stock. F it. Digging for that, eh? I ain't digging for all that. Okay, then you go through here. There we go. Finicky. And that moves freely. Okay, so that's that one. Okay, and now this is a long one with 2 M36s on each end. Okay, so howdy from Texas. Bonjour, no. So now, washer, bearing, bearing, one washer, bearing, bearing, one washer. Okay. So, this. Washer. Quit moving. Bearing. You made it! You made it! Bearing, bearing, bearing. And 5 washer. And another bearing stack. And then another washer. Okay, there's too much play here. Something's not right. That ain't right. That ain't right. There's too much play here. This washer ain't gonna work. Washers are too thick. Let's try if I use these precision. Maybe if I go with the precision washers. Or should I just be using like slim washers? Because they're just saying washers. So let's just go with regular washers. Makes more sense. Which means this one is probably too high now, so I'm probably gonna have to undo that one. Okay, let's undo this guy. No, that one's good actually, because that one sits flush. We're good there. Yeah, because that sits flush. Okay. So now, we got that bearing stack made up. We got that, we got that, we got that, we got that. And now we put the top on with the M3. Okay. I need one more. This is so much fun. Yeah, the documentation could use a bit of work, not gonna lie. Okay, everything seems to move pretty good. So we got movement in our bearings, so we're good there. And then take our motor and that facing, oh, jeez, these screws are annoying. Okay, so that is orientated like this. Then this faces inward and goes like that. There we go. There we go. Okay, and now just this guy. So, as you can see, this is a long shaft and it's not supported at the top. I will be, if only I had some sort of device that I could use to manufacture parts out of aluminum and Delrin and other types of softer, rigid materials to make caps for bearings. Because I do want to support this on both ends. You know, I'm just going to get these in tight because these I'm just doing so I don't lose these because we're probably not going to be putting this in the machine today. So we only got like 50 minutes left on the stream. I believe somebody's already designed 3D printed ones, but I'm going to try machining them because why not? Okay, so I think if I did this right, this is the first of the 2 motor mounts. Quit losing your screws, damn it. Okay. Just get them started so they don't fall out. I gotta take them all out anyways to put them in. There you go. Looks heavy and solid. I mean, if you're curious, this motor with the mount weighs 700 grams. Okay, assemble the mirror shown as the figures. Use the screws. Finally, use M3 for the motor. If the screw is longer, add an M3 washer. Pay attention to the motor direction of the wiring port. Check your work. And upside down assembly. Oh, that's right. This goes this way. Forgot the motor's on this. Because the bed is so low to the deck and this sticks out, it's upside down compared to a normal one. So, yeah. Okay, now we do the other one. Yay! 99 bottles of beer on the wall, 99 bottles of beer. You take one down, pass it around, 98 bottles of beer on the wall. Okie dokie. So, goes here with this guy. Inward or outward. And 312s or in 512s. Wait, that ain't right. I'm missing something. M512 through that block into there. M512. That is not right. The frick? Worked on these ones. Am I missing something here? These need to be M518s, 16s, I think. Yeah, these need to be M518s. These aren't M512, these are M518s. M512s go down here. Yeah, the M512s go on this end, not on the end with the thing. Documentation needs to be fixed there. Well, it's not a major error, it's just a fix the number, move on with your life type error. Question is, do they have the right screws now? Do they have the right count of screws? Usually when I see an error like that, I'm not too concerned documentation-wise, I'm more concerned screw count-wise. Because odds are now, how did they count the screws? Did they model in the wrong screws? Are they going after the wrong screw type now? That's what I'm worried about. That makes more sense. Then M316, right? M316, I believe. Yeah, no, M38. Yeah, and then on this one, another one, shows M518 and M316. And then here it's M318, M318. And I think an M318 would be too long. No, it's not. I mean, okay. No, yeah, it would be too long. That's M316, yeah. Yeah. Again, not like absolutely end of the world, but like needs to be. There we go. Okay. So those are mounted. And then M312s screw into that guy. And then M312s coming from the other side. So which one's the bottom here? This is the bottom. M312s. Flathead? No, not flathead. What do we use? Button head. 312, or wait, no, socket head. So M312 socket heads Suck it to me, baby. And I think we need this guy here. And then it looks like, so if this is the bottom side, which it is, because it has the counter bores, 2 holes inward from the bottom. That's that. And then we have one of these guys. And this time it goes in right here. And then over here, we have a big long stack. Doesn't show the rod going through the middle. But it's there. Yeah, exploded diagrams like this are too messy. Too much to go in one image, like, too much going on in one image. Yep. Okay. Summer scripts, it's experience. If you put a summer student on something and if they screw it up and it caused a big problem, that's your fault for putting them on the project. Okay, so now we need to make some bearing stacks. So washer, bearing, bearing, washer, bearing, washer. Okay. And then on this one, bearing stack and a washer. Where are those? Where did I put the little bag? Oh no! Oh no! There we go. Seeing still Lego bricks. I don't think that would, you know how hard it is? You know do you not know the tolerances on Lego? Are you not aware of the tolerances on Lego? Lego tolerances are obscene. Lego tolerances are obscene. Okay, so now I'm going to try and cheat this. One. Two. Three. And again, these are M338s because of the there we go. Okay. Okay, this isn't moving good. Why are you not moving freely? You're moving freely. You're not. This isn't moving freely. What is going on here? This one's good. This should not be binding up, but it's binding up. What's going on? I smell burning. No? Oh, maybe I'm just crazy. I just caught like a whiff of burning for a second. Oh, that's why. One of these is too thick of a washer. Sanity check, go in the house. 1 second. I mean, I got the dog inside, so if something was going on, I'm sure he would alert to something. But I will go check in the house. 1 second. You good, buddy? Is the house on fire? No? No? Okay. We're good. I just got like a whiff of like burnt electronic smell. No, Coda's inside. He's getting old and he doesn't really like to move around too much, so he likes hanging out inside the house. Okay, 1 second. Where are these guys? I don't know why this is so tight. I don't know why this is so tight. Like it spins, but you could tell they're binding up. Something's wrong on this one. This one they move fine. I mean, they move okay. No, that's too tight. That's too tight. Why are these too tight? Something ain't right here. Something ain't right here. Yeah, these are all the right washers. What is going on here? I wonder if this is undersized. I'm gonna do a little bit of cheating. Don't tell anyone I did this. We're cheating. That looks a bit better. I mean, I don't know why this is so, there's so much friction on this one. I mean, it's not too bad. Maybe it's just a burr somewhere or something, but it's just like, it doesn't move as freely as like I would like. Something's funky. Something's funky here. Something's funky here and I'm not liking it. Super thin washers from the kit. Are there super thin washers from the kit? I didn't see any super thin washers in the kit. I just saw normal washers. It's in this bag. Because the other one doesn't have this issue. The other one's just spinning freely with normal washers. But, oh, I do have some super, I have some, yeah, these seem like, these are shims. Let's try these. Let's try these. Maybe this is what's, because the other one's fine. Well, let's try these. So let's try this. Let's try this. Couple different sizes. Yeah. Okay, let's try these super thin washers apparently. That still seems pretty damn close. Let's find out here. There we go. Okay, now it feels like the other one. Yeah, so now these are good. Now they're similar. Yeah, now we're good. Okay. Now we're good. Now I gotta loosen this up so I can actually fit this in here. How's everyone? Oh, we're doing good. Doing a little bit of troubleshooting, trying to figure out screws on this thing, but seems to be going well now. Help if I use the right side of the Allen key. Nope. Nope. How do I lose all my M2.5 Allen keys so quickly? And then M312's in the bottom. There we go. Okay, so there is, oh wait, let me put this guy on. There we go. So there are our AV motor mounts. Done. Sweet. Is this the one I want? Okay. Line that up. There we go. Sweet. And now we got our XY joints, but I think we might call it here. Yeah, we're gonna call it here because I want to refix this one. This one here that I already did that. Yeah, I'm gonna swap out the bearings on this one. This one's good here, but this one I'm gonna swap. More bearing swapping. Not that I don't trust it, I just don't trust it. Don't lose all this stuff. Don't lose all this stuff. All right, yeah, let's swap out these bearings too. I guess it makes sense. Well, the problem is if they wanted us to use shims, call out shims. Because it just says washer. M5 washer. If you want to use a shim, call out a shim. Shims and washers are different things. You see? Shim. Party people. Are we partying? Where are we partying at? Are we party rocking in the house tonight? There we go. That makes more sense. I'm on the big screen. What did I do to deserve that? Yeah, now they're all moving pretty freely. Ah, dang it, this one's annoying me. Screw it. Now I'm being all hesitant and second guessing myself. I don't like this. It's like, oh, this feels good. Yeah, but this one could feel a little bit better. Freaking stacking tolerances, eh? Stacking tolerances are evil. Everyone here, if you ever get the chance in college, or they might be able to find a class on it in high school, take a metrology class. If you are any sort of serious about any sort of manufacturing, take a metrology class. Not meteorology, metrology. It's a science of measurement. You will learn about things you didn't even know were a thing when it comes to measuring stuff. And one of them is stacking tolerances and how much stacking tolerances suck. You think you're all good? Because, oh, you know, everything's within tolerance. Everything's within plus 3 thou. Yeah, but when you have 8 of them in a row and everything's at the higher end, now you're out 20 thou, which isn't in spec. Which is the problem we're having with the washers here. Because each one alone is fine. You're within spec with each one. But the moment you have 3 of them stacked up, well then, it's no longer fine. There we go. Because on this one, a standard washer, yeah, this is fine. This is a standard washer. It's fine. Moves as freely as this. But on this one, 3 standard washers, no go. Machinist friend of mine always talking about the width of the hair. Yeah. Although I'm pretty sure if I know them as good as I know most other machinists, they're referring to hair from somewhere else. Okay, just a bit so I can fit these in here. And don't try saying it, it'll get caught by the filter. I used to not swear a lot. Like hell, I didn't swear in front of my parents until I was like an adult. And then I got a job in a tool shop. Even when I was in the army, I didn't swear a lot. I mean, you swear a lot, but you get very creative. So it's not like, it's more unique words. But you start working in a shop and you start dropping F-bombs. Okay. So this I will put away and we will use the last 15 minutes here to clean up. That's right, we're actually gonna clean up before end of stream. Oh my God. So while I'm doing this, I think I forgot to do the shout out at the beginning of the stream, so I'm going to do it now. Oh. What is this? Open. What the heck is that? Okay, whatever. We're going to be doing this draw for the giveaway of Polymaker filament in like 10-15 minutes. So if you haven't entered for your chance to win that, link in the video description. Go enter and do this now because we're going to be doing the draw soon. So get on up on that while I get everything organized here and cleaned up. And then next week we will continue with the gantry. Try not to lose all this stuff. You're an empty bag. I don't have ranks. Why would I have ranks? Ranks for what? I have different tiers of channel membership. But ranks, why would I have ranks? It's a live stream. Our lives are gamified enough. Don't need any more of that. There we go. So we got the rails installed. You can't really see them there, but the rails are installed on that. And then we've got this and that. So let's go over to the other side here. Make sure everything's organized up over here. We'll screw stuff with this. Turn that off. Make car back up. Carvera! Bye, Makara. Oh, I can turn my laptop off. Shut down. Shut down now. Go. Go. I'll plug that back in a minute. There we go. Well, that was a productive stream today. That was productive. We got the AB motor mounts assembled. We got the rails installed and the XZ joints, so the gantry Z joints. So not too bad. Just hoping to get the whole, like, all of this assembled for the gantry, but honestly, this kind of imagery just takes a while to make sure you're doing it right. Like, it's very easy to mess up, and I'm sure I screwed something up, but I can't tell where. And that's kind of the problem. Like, as long as these are opposite. Usually, rule of thumb, you look at them, and one has the belt up high, one has the belt down low. And as long as they're both different, you should be good. As long as you didn't do them like that. Although I think if you do them that way, as long as everything else is reversed, you're okay, but... some YouTube channels get a test program for participating in chat. You get points? Can I activate that? Is that something I can activate? I don't think so. I mean, I could push a button to throw an ad in. Like, I could push the add button. There you go, I pushed the add button. Yeah, I don't get points. I think Steve's American, and American YouTubers get access to stuff first a lot of the time. Like apparently we were supposed to have the ability to gift memberships. As a like, apparently it was supposed to be a thing where I can give out free memberships every now and then. And some people had that ability and I never got that ability. So yeah. Okay, so next week we're doing this. Oop, next week we're doing this. Some beta thing. Yeah, it's a bit annoying when they do stuff like that. Like I will say, if you get a gifted membership, the odds of you, if somebody gifts memberships in chat, somebody gift memberships in chat right now, just as a demonstration. How it works is the gifted memberships are randomly given away to people, but from my understanding, it is weighted towards those that are more active in chat. So if you're just a pure lurker and you never chat, the odds of getting a gifted membership awarded to you versus somebody who occasionally chats in chat is lower. So I think that's how I was told it would be when I started, but I don't know if that's like true or just kind of like one of those rumors we all kind of have, because there's a ton of rumors about how YouTube works. So yeah, so see, Anton, cheers Anton, gifted 5 community memberships, and they'll go out to several people. So Adam, Derek, Jason, Ben, and Edward. Wait, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you 5 that just got the gifted membership, are you active in chat right now and have you been chatting, or are you just a straight up lurker? Because when the system first came out, I remember seeing that being mentioned. But yeah, so I'm gonna have a little cover that goes over this. I'll probably have to like screw it into like 2 of these, so swap out 2 of these screws with longer screws, and then I'll have a bearing on top so that this is supported on both ends. You have to, when you do the 5mm shafts, you can bend them. The 8mm shafts on a NEMA 23, you cannot bend them. On a Phoenix, we got rid of the top bearing support. We used to have it supported on both ends. We got rid of that. 2 reasons. 1, you don't need NEMA 23s with long shafts anymore. Saves a bit of money. Sourcing makes it a bit easier. 2, if you are tightening the belts so much that you are bending an 8mm shaft, a hardened steel 8mm shaft, you are breaking other things first. So. Looks random. Okay, maybe they changed it, but I could have sworn that's what it was. And personally, like if I could set it the rules, I would do that, because it's like, you know, the only thing that you can't do is on YouTube, you can or correction, on Twitch, you can gift a membership to somebody directly. On YouTube, you can't. This screw goes to something and I don't know what. I will put it in the box of screws and hopefully we don't need it, unless we do. There we go. Okay. Oh, hey. In case you couldn't tell, the camera died again. Talk about timing. It just freezes on the last image it sees. I'm actually surprised we didn't lose that many viewers when I went out there to take that phone call. Big printer is big. I've really counted all this stream if that helps. For a while, trying to say anything you know of. So you got to be careful with the CNC parts. This is one of those things that we're learning with Phoenix, and we're kind of like taking stuff we're learning from Phoenix development and kind of backporting it and using what we're learning and inferring off previous versions of VORON. CNC parts are great. The problem is the CNC parts don't behave like plastic parts. So a CNC tool head, for example, is more rigid. Okay, but certain things don't work. The little snap latch that we use for locking down the filament, you can't CNC that. But the first CNC kits for Afterburner came with CNC snap latches. They don't work. They're metal, they don't flex. Your AB motor mounts should have some flex to them. because when the gantry trams, they have to be able to do this. Okay, it's not a lot. To be fair, it's not a lot, but they should be able to do that a little bit. Idlers, yeah, CNC AB motor mounts, yeah, you can CNC them. The thing is though, the more you go, the more rigid you make the machine, put it this way, if you're gonna do a Z negative China and crash your machine, is it better to break a 3D printed plastic part or bend a rail? That's kind of the downside with going with the CNC. And also, the way the machines are designed, they're designed with plastic parts in mind, okay? So if you start swapping out parts that were designed and tested to be plastic and swapping out with metal, you might run into problems. You're in Darby Dragons territories. Now, granted, you know, I have, you know, this Trident right here has carbon fiber parts. It's got it's a whatchamacallit, Chaotic Lab carbon fiber kit for the AB motor mounts in the XY joint, and it works fine. I've had no issues with it. But you may. It's kind of like there's less testing. There's been less testing on them, and you're kind of hoping that so-and-so's CNC parts are good. Some of the first CNC parts were literally just like one-to-one recreations of the ABS parts of the 3D. They literally just machined the STLs, which is a really dumb thing to do. These are just plates and spacers. That's how you do it properly. Just plates and spacers. You can redesign a VORON for mass manufacturing a heck of a lot easier because again, plates and spacers, that's all it is. So. Do you need to be here for the giveaway? Nope, but you do have to be here to enter. And we're gonna be doing the giveaway in like 4 minutes anyways, so. Ooh. Apparently they managed to crack one of the main pillars on the Crimean Bridge, or the Kersh Bridge. So it's done. Yes. Need sacrificial parts. A CNC machine can be crumpled and certain force applied. Yep. There's supposed to be some flex in the system. Like, I've seen bent extrusions. I've seen people bend extrusions before. Gonna build a FormBot kit. Any tips? Follow the manual. Go through the whole manual, take your box of 3D printed parts, put them beside you. Get your heat set press ready to go. Go through the manual. As you go through the manual, every time you see a printed part, grab it out of your bag of printed parts and put it in another bag. Like literally like move it from one pile to another. If that 3D printed part needs a heat set, put that heat set in it now. Go through the whole manual. This will help with several things. One, you'll get all your heat sets installed. So that way you're not constantly having to go turn your heat set press on, do some heat sets and go back, right? Save some time. Two, you make sure you have all the parts. Okay, nothing is worse than getting to a part of a build and realizing you forgot to print something. Three, you know what all the parts look like. So when you get to that part of your build, you don't go, what the heck does this, where did I put that part? You know where everything's at. So do that. Have I seen the yeah, I've seen the Saval Max. They reached out and I declined it. I don't know if I actually declined it or just didn't reply. But yeah, I got no need of it, and I don't have the room to take it for a test machine because that. Why accept the 500mm machine that I can do one live stream on and maybe a video when I can build a 600mm machine and get like a bunch of streams of content out of it and several videos? I do like the Mini. The Mini's fun. I used it the other day. The Mini's fun, but it's definitely not economical. What am I gonna do for lunch today? Anyways, we got 1 minute. We're gonna be doing the giveaway in 1 minute. Needs dual seat? It doesn't. Let's be honest, if it's a 300 and under, you really don't need, like, yeah, quad gantry leveling's fun. Yeah, Z tilt for beds is fun, but it's not economical, and the extra cost is honestly not worth it in a commercial machine. Just do a Z negative China or a Z positive Heaven, and just tram it out to the top or bottom of your machine, and then let the bed mesh deal with the rest. That's what most machines do. That's what Prusa does. That's what Bamboo does, and it's fine. As long as your bed is flat and not a taco, you're fine. Taco? Taco. Taco. Okay. You just drop the SEP file for the double shear in the Discord. Let's check that. Yeah. So this right here. Oh, you got these little nice washers. Oh yeah, because you didn't have the short screws. So yeah, so I had to machine, or they gave me the right screw, so I didn't need to use these washers. Those look nice though. I will say those look nice. Okay, so here is the step file for the double shear. Let me download that. You know what? There you go. Oh, is it just press fit? Is it just press fit? Like, is there nothing to actually positively retain that in there? Is that just press fit? Is there anything to positively retain that? Or is it just press fit in there? I mean, that looks really nice. Yes, very tight. Okay. Well, I might have to figure out something to make it not fall out. Because again, these mount like this. So it's got to go in from the bottom, and if you're machining it, I mean, I could do Delrin. I think I have some Delrin somewhere. I'll see. But yeah, press fit it in. Okay. And what bearing does it use? An F695, I'm assuming? Or is it just a, I don't see a flange on it. Yeah, I don't see a flange. So it's just, oh, it's just a regular bearing, I think. Yeah, it's just a regular 625 bearing. Okay, let's do a giveaway. Who wants to do a giveaway? You want to do a giveaway? Let's do a giveaway. Filament, published. No more responses, accept, responses, link to sheet, create. Okay, let's see here. Copy all these names. Copy. A, delete, Control V, file save, and open up marbles. Heck yeah, marbles. Yeah, zoom time. I'm gonna go put these, actually I'll leave these here for now. All right, so we got 256 people. Finish. Random. Bots. 256. It's always this one. I don't want this one. This one sucks. Okay, let's do this one. 256. Bots. There we go. Play. Does have a flange? Okay. I might just 3D print it then because machining, I don't want, if I'm going to machine anything, it's going to be one op. I don't know really how to do 2 ops. Okay. How this works, if you win, you get a spool of filament from Polymaker. But if I pick your ball and you win, you also win a free hat. Right here, this one right here. Oh my God, how do I read that? Lewis Sewell. If you win, you get a free hat. Oh, wait, no, you gotta go down. There you go. Remember, exclamation mark zoom zoom makes your ball go faster. Exclamation mark gullible makes everyone else go slower. And if you like the smash button, ring the bell, and are subscribed to the channel, it actually greases your ball up and makes it go even faster. So make sure you hit the subscribe button. Do it now. Do it now. I know when you do it because it pops up on the screen, so subscribe. Steve Knobs is in the lead. Don't mind if I don't win tonight. There's always the lottery. I can buy all of. Yeah, like George, if you do win, just for good luck, make sure you just throw like a mil this way. Not much, just a mil. You'll be helping the channel by letting me actually like get a proper studio. Whoa. Oh, that was a BA. BA, are you going for it? Wow. Where the hell did you guys come? Oh, there's like a ramp there? Okay, BA with the snipe. Holy shit. I just see some balls falling. I'm like, yeah, they're gonna fall off. And it's like, nope. Okay, BA with the snipe. BA, where are you at? Is your last name Baracus? BA does hate flying. That is very true. Okay, congratulations, BA. You will get an email from me after the stream ends with, you'll have to fill out a form with your information. You'll get your filament. So congratulations, BA. Okay, so we're gonna call it there. It's Tuesday. You should be getting a video tomorrow. So if you're a channel member or Patreon supporter, or if you're lucky and you were gifted a membership during the stream today, you'll be able to get it early tonight at some point. Shout out to Fysetc for the kit that we're building for this stream, this big old kit there. So far, so good. Again, really the only critiques I'm having is documentation and just kind of finding stuff where it is in the bags. That's pretty much it. So far, the actual mechanical portion of the build seems pretty good. And shout out to Polymaker for the spool of filament we give away this stream and every stream. Links for all of them and more. Why did my phone just go off? Or was that the tablet? It might have been the tablet. Links for all of them and more in the video description. Some of them affiliate links don't cost you anything extra. Go a long way in the supporting the channel. And others, use code Canuck, like gamer subs here, and save some money as well. And for those that donate to the channel, gift the memberships to others, or became members of the channel yourself, I thank you. Would not be able to do the things I do, create the content I create without your continued support. You make it all possible. I'm Taylor the Canuck Creator. Enjoy the rest of your week. Be safe out there. Wash your hands, and I will see you in the future. Good night.